Our story today is called Love the House and Her Crow on a sunny afternoon in the small riverside town of Willow Bay. Chad, the town's most polite young man, was delivering fresh bread from his family's bakery. As he walked past the flower shop, he saw Jennifer, the owner's daughter, struggling to carry a huge pot of blooming orchids. "Careful. That looks heavy," Chad said, quickly rushing over. "It is," Jennifer smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "But they're my mother's favorite, so I have to keep them safe." Chad carried the pot for her, and that was the moment his heart decided. Yes, she is the one. From that day, Chad found many good reasons to pass by the flower shop. For example, delivering bread to a neighbor who didn't actually order bread. Checking if the flowers needed water, as Jennifer pointed out, that was her actual job. And testing a new bread flavor, he claimed orchids were inspiring him. Jennifer noticed his visits, but she didn't mind. In fact, she began to enjoy them. He was kind, funny, and always smelled faintly of fresh bread. Soon, they started taking walks by the river, sharing childhood stories, and even competing in silly who can guess the bread flavor games. One day, Jennifer invited Chad to her house for dinner. Her family's home was old but charming. Wooden beams, a big courtyard, and a crow. Yes, an actual, real crow. It hopped along the fence, cawing loudly. One of its wings was crooked, and it looked like it had seen better days. "That's Raven," Jennifer explained. "I found him injured as a chick and took care of him. He never left." Chad tried to smile, but inside he thought, a crow. Of all the pets she can choose from. Raven hopped closer, tilted his head, and pecked his shoelaces. Jennifer giggled. "He likes you." Chad forced a laugh. "Great, I like him too." Haha, obviously, he did not. From that day, Chad learned that dating Jennifer meant dealing with Raven. When he brought flowers, Raven tried to eat them. When he brought bread, Raven tried to steal it. Once, when Chad tried to hold Jennifer's hand, Raven swooped down and squawked as if shouting, "Hands off." Still, Chad said nothing. He liked Jennifer too much to complain. One weekend, Jennifer's mother asked Chad for help fixing the roof of their shed. He agreed, happy for a chance to show he was reliable. But as he climbed the ladder, Raven decided to help too. The crow landed on Chad's shoulder, making him wobble dangerously. "Careful," Jennifer called from below. "I'm fine," Chad said through gritted teeth. The truth, he was not fine. Raven's claws were sharp, and the bird kept trying to peck the shiny nails in his pocket. When the roof was finally fixed, Chad was sweaty, scratched, and exhausted. But Jennifer looked so happy that he forgot his discomfort. That night, Chad walked home thinking, Raven is annoying. Raven is loud. Raven has probably planned my slow downfall. But then he thought, Raven is important to Jennifer. If I love Jennifer, I should at least try to love the things she loves, even the bird. He remembered an old saying his grandfather once told him. If you love someone, you'll also love their house and even the crows on it. Chad smiled and said, "All right, Raven." The next time Chad visited, he brought something new, sunflower seeds. Raven eyed him suspiciously, but hopped closer. "Peace offering," Chad said softly. The crow pecked at the seeds, then didn't attack his shoelaces. This was progress. Over the next few weeks, Chad made sure to greet Raven first, bringing treats and even talking to him. To Jennifer's surprise, Raven stopped stealing bread and started following Chad around like a feathery shadow. One crisp autumn morning, Jennifer invited Chad for tea. When he arrived, Raven flew up to him, holding something shiny. It was a small silver ring. "Where did you get this?" Jennifer asked, astonished. "I think," Chad began, "it's a gift from Raven." Raven hopped between them, cawing proudly. Jennifer laughed. "Looks like he approves of you now." Chad was happy, he said. "Guess I passed the crow test." Months later, Chad and Jennifer officially became a couple. Their dates now included Raven, who sometimes rode on Chad's shoulder like a little king. Whenever people in town teased Chad about being the guy who brings snacks for a crow, he just smiled. Because for him, loving Jennifer meant loving Raven too. And sometimes, when Raven perched on the rooftop, cawing at the sunset, Chad thought of that saying again. Love the person, love everything about their world, even the funny, noisy parts. Moral of the story, when you truly care for someone, you don't just love them. You accept the things and people they love, even if they're a little strange, noisy, or have feathers or furs. That's the true heart of love. The House and Her Crow. The end.